Hello everyone, it's Michael. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Today I just want to share with you this baby boy album that I made using the new Minni-Sota Album tutorial from Francis at Your Book of Memories. The name is not spelled like Minnesota the state, but it has something to do with Minnesota, something to do with one of her customers. I don't know. I remember hearing this story somewhere. I have to say, I always have a problem coming up with album names, so maybe I'm just going to start naming my personal albums after a different state. This was an interesting book, okay? When I saw her making this book, her sample, I was really intrigued because her album cover, normally we will, you have your front piece, your spine, and your back cover, and you adhere it to a big piece of cardstock or two pieces of cardstock, and your binding just kind of goes around, right? With this one, she wraps this piece, she wraps this piece, and she wraps the spine in a specific way where you attach the spine to the inside of the book, and you get this effect here where it kind of looks like a book you would read, like a novel, on a bookshelf. And I was really intrigued by this because I have never seen this type of album cover, and I've made a lot of books and I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube. So this is what drew me into this. I thought that this was a really cool way, and I had to learn how to make this because the only way you learn is by watching someone else do something and then redoing it, right? So I ended up making this cover 3 times. I don't know. I wasn't focusing. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but when I adhered all the pieces, this was not closing correctly, and I was getting really frustrated, and I ended up making the cover a second time, and finally the third time it came together perfectly, and I realized it was my fault because I was cutting the cover incorrectly, okay? Talk about not focusing. But the good thing about this is I now had 2 other books, 2 other covers to use. I didn't want to throw it away, so I ended up using one of these covers to make this Christmas album, which is, of course, based off of her Minni-Sota album because it's the same size, but it's a different album. And this will be the next video. But, it wasn't a complete waste. And I have this third cover also that I was able to use to show you guys what I'm talking about with this interesting binding. This will become another book. So I changed it up a little bit, and I'll explain when I show you the inside. I wanted to use this. This is a set of baby papers. It's called Sweet Dreams. It's by a Brazilian scrapbook paper company called Arte Facil Artesanato. There are 12 sheets in this collection. 6 are for boy and 6 are for girl. So I used 6 sheets to make this album, okay? I really didn't want to use 2 of each sheet. I wanted to see if I could make this album using the 6 sheets. So I had to change it up a little bit on the inside, the way I do my waterfall, and I'll show you in a second. But I just wanted to take you through the papers first. This is what I used on the cover here. And this is, Brazil has a huge Dutch population. The town next to us was formed by the Dutch, and this is a typical Dutch building. The town next to us is called Alhambra, and huge Dutch population, huge flower and tulip production. So I thought that this was really kind of cool. This is the reverse side, which looks like a little Dutch town, okay, with the roofs and the cool buildings. This is page 2. And as a card maker, I love this because I can see a card being made with this part, and I can see a card being made here. But this is the front, and I love the little space thing with the elephant. This is the reverse side, which is just small stars. There's another piece with larger stars. This is a great sheet. It has the 12 months. I have made another baby album where I literally, half the book is spaces for the first 12 months of the baby's life, and then the other half is just random photos that you can put in. But this would be the cut apart sheet. This is the reverse side. And since I knew I wasn't going to use this part, I did use this side for the back cover. This is another cut apart sheet. I don't think I used anything here. This is the other side with the larger stars. This is the 5th sheet, which is the brown with the blues. It's kind of almost the same tones. A little balloon with the baby sheep, a baby elephant sleeping on top. And then this is the reverse side, much lighter. And then this is the last sheet. And this is the reverse side. So it's browns, blues, whites. These are the kind of tones. So let me take you through the book, and I'll explain when I get to certain parts what I did. So I use an elastic closure on the book. In Frances's tutorial for the Minni-Sota book, she uses this piece of acetate for the book closure, which also I never use acetate in my albums. So I learned a lot from this album, from this tutorial. So I didn't want to use the acetate here because I didn't really have anything to use on the front of the acetate. So that's why I went with this flat elastic, which just is secured under the back here to keep the book closed. And of course, there's room for stretching. My album cover, I love to do I've never seen anyone else do this except me. So maybe I am going to start a trend. I love to do this double cover. So you have your basic book cover, your front, your spine and everything. And then I cut another piece of chipboard a little bit smaller, and I wrap some paper around it. And then I adhere it to the front and the side and the back just to give it something extra. And in this case, it's holding down the elastic. So opening this up, we have on the left side 2 photo mats for 2 4x6 photos. And then here are space for, I don't know how many. This is where Frances and I didn't follow her tutorial exactly. She does this here, but in her tutorial, she uses a piece of scrapbook paper to cover the front of each waterfall flap. I like to expand my waterfall flap a little bit so that you just need a piece of decorative paper on the front, and then you're using a strip. I have so many pieces of scraps paper that it's a great way to use up the strips, the scraps, and you get double the photo space, because instead of just having a photo here and then paper and then a photo here, you're getting a photo on both sides of the waterfall flap. So that's what I did here. She also, this is an acetate pocket, which I thought was very cool. I never use acetate. So the decorative paper goes behind it. And then there's this little bar here with my sweet boy, my sweetie. And then the 2 photo mats just slip in here, and there's space for additional photos also. This is an acetate sheet, so you really can't see it, but there's a piece of acetate here. It only comes up to here. Francis did a 4x6 frame here. I decided to do 2 Instagram size frames, so you have a 4x4 or a 10x10 centimeter photo space here, and I used one scene. I just cut the scene, so this would normally come together. Is that the front cover one? It would be this. So this would be the scene, and I just cut it off like that. And this was because I had scraps from another book. So flipping it over, you have the 2 spots here. Now over here, this was something else that I had never seen done in an album. So Francis, I learned a lot from this tutorial. So you open this up, and then this comes down, and then this opens up, and then this comes down, and then this comes down, and this opens up to reveal another waterfall. This is 11 waterfall flaps. With Francis's way of doing it, she did decorative paper on the front with a photo space on the back. And again, like I did here on the front, I expanded my waterfall flap a little bit to just use the strips of paper here. So I have double the amount of space for photographs. And especially with a baby or a newborn baby or your child, you're going to be taking photographs all the time. Now, Francis did have a photo mat here and a photo mat here and a photo mat here. So I avoided using that. I wanted to do something with the decorative paper, but these are still sized. If you wanted to put a photo here, you could certainly put a photo here or a photo here. So this actually acts sort of like as a photo mat, and then you can just put a photo right on top if that's what you wanted to do. And there are, let's see, there's a magnet here to hold these down, and then a magnet here to hold this down. And this is the one scene. Where is that one? So I used the whole section for the, so this is this part. So I just used this part here, and I just cut the different pieces so that the scene would just come together perfectly like that. I could have done this side also, but I really wanted to use this for a card. So I'm pretty intrigued that I was able to make this with basically 6 sheets of scrapbook paper, and this is the back with the leaves, and then this just closes up like that. And there is room as the book grows and you put the photos in. There's plenty of room there for the book to expand. Anyway, if you are interested in making this album, also I have links below to the album from Your Book of Memories. There's also links to her website. She has a monthly subscription. I believe at the time that this video is going live, which is October 9th, 2024 at like 6:30 p.m. Her monthly subscription is $20 a month. She has over 80 different album tutorials to pick from, various sizes, from small 6x6, even smaller. She has an ornament one. She has a huge, almost 12x12 album. I have used her tutorials for years now, and I have only praise for Francis. Her videos are done perfectly. Her explanations are done perfectly. If you are new to album making or want to get into album making, I really suggest that's a great place to start. So, and you know what, if you want to cancel it, and so for the $20, you get to watch if you want to watch how she makes 80 different albums in a month, you can do it. There are cut lists that you can download and print out and remake the albums. And there are even, I believe, 2 free classes on her website. So if you're curious about her teaching style, you can make a free album without joining. And then if you like it, you could always go back and join on her monthly subscription. So we're going to be having a challenge coming up soon. So there'll be more about that soon. Anyway, I don't earn anything from this. I am just giving a huge shout out to Frances and Your Book of Memories, because I really believe in her and her teaching style and her amazing albums. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know what you think of this album. The next video will be the Christmas album. And I would love it if you would like this video. Please subscribe, leave a comment, do all those things that, you know, every YouTuber tells you to do. Anyway, I really appreciate you stopping by. I love you guys, and I will be back soon. Take care.